The intricate tapestry of life on Earth faces countless challenges. Many are visible, like melting glaciers or shrinking forests. However, some threats are almost invisible, yet deeply insidious. We now confront one such peril. Recent scientific investigations have brought forth a truly alarming revelation. Microscopic plastic particles, remnants of our modern world, have been found deep within the human body. Most disturbingly, as studies in early 2024 have shown, these microplastics have been detected in human semen. This discovery sends a chilling message about the extent of plastic pollution. It is a profound concern for the future of human health. Imagine, if you will, the very essence of human continuation. Scientists in Jinan, China, embarked on a study. They examined semen samples from 40 healthy men. These men were undergoing routine premarital health assessments. The results were unambiguous and deeply troubling. Every single sample, 100% of them, contained microplastic particles. This was not a trace finding in a few individuals. It was a universal presence in this group. The ubiquity of these particles in such a vital biological fluid is a stark indicator. It shows how deeply these materials have infiltrated our internal environment. The types of plastics identified in these studies are familiar to us all. Polystyrene, commonly used in packaging and disposable containers, was the most prevalent. Think of takeaway food boxes or protective packaging for electronics. Following that was polyethylene, the workhorse plastic found in countless plastic bags and bottles. Polyvinyl chloride or PVC also made an appearance. This material is used in everything from pipes to window frames and some food packaging. These are materials designed for durability and convenience. Now, their microscopic fragments are being found where they were never intended to be within us. This is not an isolated incident, a peculiar finding from a single laboratory. Similar research from around the globe echoes these concerns. An Italian study, for instance, discovered microplastics in 6 out of 10 semen samples they analyzed. Earlier research in China also found these particles in half of the 25 samples tested. The consistency across different studies, in different populations, paints a grim picture. It suggests a widespread issue, not a localized anomaly. The scientific community is, quite rightly, sounding an alarm. The hidden invasion of microplastics into the most intimate aspects of human biology demands our immediate attention and understanding. For several decades now, a worrying trend has been observed in human populations across the globe. Sperm counts in men have been steadily declining. This reduction in sperm quantity and quality is a significant concern for reproductive health. Many couples struggle with infertility. While various factors contribute, a substantial portion of these cases, around 40% of low sperm counts, remain unexplained by current medical understanding. This mystery has puzzled researchers for years. The search for answers has led them to explore environmental factors more closely. Could our modern environment be playing a more sinister role than previously thought? The recent discovery of microplastics in semen introduces a new and disturbing possibility. Could these tiny plastic invaders be a missing piece of the puzzle? Scientists are now seriously considering microplastics as a potential contributor to declining male fertility. The correlation is still being investigated in humans. However, the presence of these particles in the very fluid essential for reproduction is highly suspicious. It compels us to investigate this link with utmost urgency. The health of future generations may well depend on understanding this complex interaction between our plastic-laden world and our own biology. Evidence from animal studies provides compelling, though concerning, insights. Experiments conducted on mice have shown a direct impact of microplastic exposure on male reproductive health. When male mice were exposed to microplastics, scientists observed a significant reduction in their sperm count. Furthermore, the sperm that were produced often showed increased deformities. These malformations can impair the sperm's ability to fertilize an egg. The animal studies also indicated disruptions in hormone levels, which are crucial for normal reproductive function. These findings in animal models cannot be ignored. They signal a potential danger for human reproductive health. Therefore, the hypothesis that environmental pollution, and specifically plastic pollution, is impacting male fertility is gaining considerable traction. The unexplained decline in sperm quality and quantity could indeed be linked to the pervasive presence of these synthetic materials. Microplastics are not inert. They can carry chemical additives and absorb toxins from the environment. When these particles enter the body, they may release these harmful substances. This could interfere with delicate hormonal balances or directly damage reproductive cells. The silent threat of microplastics to human fertility is a subject that demands our collective focus and rigorous scientific inquiry. How do these microscopic plastic particles find their way into our bodies? The routes of entry are, unfortunately, part of our everyday lives. We ingest them through the food we eat and the water we drink. Bottled water, seafood, and even salt have been found to contain microplastics. Food packaged in plastic can also become a source of contamination. Furthermore, we inhale them. Microscopic plastic fibers shed from synthetic clothing, carpets, and furnishings become airborne. These particles then enter our respiratory system. It seems our modern lifestyle, so reliant on plastics, has inadvertently created multiple pathways for these materials to enter us. The presence of microplastics is not confined to semen alone. This is a systemic issue. Recent research has revealed these particles in a disturbing array of human tissues and fluids. Scientists have found them in human testicles, the very organs responsible for sperm production. They have been detected in blood circulating throughout our bodies. They have crossed the placental barrier, being found in placentas that nourish developing fetuses. And they have been identified in breast milk, potentially passing from mother to child. This widespread contamination paints a picture of the human body as an unwitting reservoir for plastic debris. The sheer scale of this internal contamination is truly sobering. It suggests that few, if any, individuals on this planet are likely to be entirely free of microplastics. From the food we consume to the air we breathe, exposure is almost constant. These particles are the fragmented legacy of the vast quantities of plastic we produce and discard. They are a testament to the material's persistence in the environment. Once released, plastic breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces, but it does not truly disappear. Instead, it infiltrates ecosystems, food chains, and ultimately our own bodies. Beyond the physical presence of the plastic particles themselves, there is another layer of concern. Microplastics can act like tiny sponges, absorbing harmful chemical pollutants from their surroundings. These can include pesticides, heavy metals, and endocrine-disrupting chemicals. When these plastics then enter our bodies, they may leach these concentrated toxins directly into our tissues. This Trojan horse effect could amplify the potential harm. The chemicals carried by microplastics are known to interfere with hormone systems, cause inflammation, and contribute to various health problems. The full extent of this chemical exposure via microplastics is still being uncovered. The potential health implications of microplastic contamination extend far beyond reproductive concerns, serious as they are. Laboratory studies have demonstrated that microplastics can cause damage to human cells. They can induce oxidative stress, inflammation, and interfere with cellular processes. While these are laboratory findings, they raise significant red flags. More direct evidence is also emerging. For instance, recent medical research has linked the presence of microplastics in blood vessels to a substantially increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and even earlier death. This may be due to inflammation or the effects of chemicals carried by the plastics. Experts in the field are unequivocal about the gravity of the situation. Dr. Ning Li, from Qingdao University, and an author of the Chinese Semen study, has stated that understanding the full extent of human contamination by microplastics and its relation to reproductive outcomes is imperative. Dr. Luigi Montano, who led the Italian Semen study, has called for urgent global intervention. He emphasizes the need to halt the relentless rise in plastic pollution. This is crucial to prevent further damage to both the planet and the human body, especially if this pollution impacts our ability to reproduce. Their words underscore the urgency felt within the scientific community. There are signs that the world is beginning to awaken to this plastic crisis. More than 180 nations are currently involved in negotiations for a United Nations treaty. This treaty aims to regulate plastic production and significantly reduce plastic pollution. Such international cooperation is a vital step. It acknowledges that plastic pollution is a transboundary problem requiring a globally coordinated response. However, the journey from negotiation to effective implementation is often long and challenging. The scale of plastic production continues to grow, adding to the existing burden on our environment every single day. The discovery of microplastics in semen is a stark reminder of our interconnectedness with the environment. What we release into the world can and does find its way back to us, even into the most protected realms of our biology. Continued interference of microplastic pollution with human reproduction could have profound consequences for public health and the future of our species. Therefore, we face a critical juncture. We must accelerate research to fully understand the health impacts. Simultaneously, we need decisive policy actions at local, national, and global levels to drastically reduce plastic production and waste. The health of humanity, and indeed the planet, depends on the choices we make now.